The PowerPoint for B sections is, see, if you, okay, the third one from the bottom. Okay, the third one from the bottom. AMDM B final exam review. That's a PowerPoint for the review that we will be going over. And I also want you to download another thing. It's called Summary of Apportionment. I posted this graphic organizer under the news item, and some of you might have missed it. This is for we'll be going over this summary a little bit before we when we do the election series. Okay, it's very helpful. You can print it out, have it with you when you do your exam as something to refer to. And if you need election theory test review PowerPoint, it's also up here. I did my review yesterday, and it was very helpful for the student who attended. We couldn't finish the review because of some kind of internet problem, but the PowerPoint is up there. All the answers are already in a PowerPoint, so you can download that as for your reference. So today we're going to do AMDM B, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you just joined, welcome Adriana, welcome Trinity, and welcome Chandler, Kobe, and Miles. The PowerPoint for this review is, if you go to the bottom of the chat box, the third one from the bottom, okay? 2017, July 12, AMDM B final exam review. So let's get started. So for final exams tomorrow. The exam will open tonight midnight, and it will stay open until tomorrow midnight. Okay, so 24 hours. It lasts 90 minutes, so it's about 1 hour. All right, so any questions regarding the information that I just told you about grade and dates? Hi, Madison, welcome. So review for quiz and test. The very first thing that you should review before you take the final exam is to go back to look at all of the missed questions of the tests and quizzes that you ever taken. It is very, very important because those are questions that you didn't know how to do and you got it wrong. And I told you how to do it right. Now I'll give you feedback. If you have any questions at all about those feedback, like it's still not clear to you how to get the right answer after I explain to you in the feedback, then you should email me. Say, Ms. Tan, in certain quiz, number 5 and number 6, I still don't understand why this is that, Type the, give a clear questions so it will help me to help you. So this is the instruction. Everybody should see this poster in their grade book, right? All right. In addition to that, you should also look at the SMORE. This SMORE has a collection of all the reviews that I posted under your quiz. Before you take your quiz, when you open up your quiz, under introduction, I usually post a few links for you to review. However, in this SMOREs, all of the links are available there, and you can just look for titles that you need review, and you can review that. The final exam review only review a couple questions from each topic. It may not be comprehensive enough. If you needed more help, then you should go to this SMORE and click the particular topic. Like, let's say you need more help on graph theory, then you should definitely look at a graph theory review that is recorded. If you have problem finding it, let me know. I will find it for you. Okay, this is a small link here. All right, let's. Oh, this information is not updated. I'm sorry. Well, anyhow, the date is not updated, the date of final exam. But I am giving all of you extra credit in USA Test Prep towards your final exam. But you have to complete it by tomorrow midnight. Those are hand-picked questions that are the closest that I can pick from USA Test Prep that can help you with your final exam. So complete them. Please complete them before tomorrow midnight, so that I will. This is the date is July 13, tomorrow, and the attempt for the extra credit at USA Test Prep, you can do one attempt and retry missed questions. All right. Any questions about that? Some of you might have completed it. Who has completed it? Let me know. The final exam. Yes, Kobe. Kobe, what is your question? You can type or you want to speak. Okay, you can type. And the rest of the students, please look at these questions while Kobe is typing his questions. Use a paper, pencil, and calculator, and we're going to do some work tonight, okay? Well, it depends, Kobe, for your questions. If I say grade replacement, that replaces the grade. If I say extra credit, like EC, if I say EC stands for extra credit. Then it's just extra credit. So if you, on USA Test Prep, let's say for all the extra credit, you have unlimited. All the extra credit, you have unlimited attempt. Okay, the average of your attempt, let's say you get an average of 87 points for your attempt, right? Then I will add 8.7 in your whatever item that I say I'm going to give you extra credit. So, you can try it as many times as you want for that extra credit item. In addition to those that I have assigned, you can always do additional one for your own benefit for practice. Whatever you need practice, USA Test Prep is a free resource for all the Georgia Virtual School students. Okay, so if you have further questions, you can type. At the meantime, yes. If it's a replacement and then you get a zero, like let's say you missed the assignment and you were late, right? You didn't do the assignment, and then I say great replacement for this assignment, then you can replace your zero. If that, so look carefully on what I have offered. Yeah, if you have done something and I didn't do it right, like I didn't give you the credit that you deserved for you as a test prep, like by Friday, you should check your grade, okay? So Friday night, I should have everything in because people are still working on it, so I don't want to enter it right now. Many students are adding more US extra credit, so I want them to get everything done tomorrow midnight. Once the everything is completed, then I will enter everything by Friday morning, so that you guys should check the extra credit grade on Friday morning to make sure you got all of them that you did. And then if you see a problem, let me know. Yeah, sometimes I make mistake. Yeah, I'm human, but I'm willing to fix it if it's a real problem. Okay. All right. So I see more students coming in. Student who just joined, make sure you download the PowerPoint. At the bottom of the part of the chat box, summer 2017 file. The third one from the bottom is a PowerPoint for this. So let's get going. So let's look at these questions. Explicit formula. What is the explicit formula for the following recursive equations? Explicit formula meaning our regular formula, y equal to x plus 3 is an explicit formula. The equation, so this is a recursive formula. Recursive formula always refer to the previous term to calculate the next term. Okay, they are composed differently. So this is a simple one. This is just say, to get to the next term, I use the previous term and plus 3. Okay, and my first number is 5. So I start with 5, and then plus 3. And plus 3 to get to 11, and plus 3 to get 14, and plus 3 I get 17. So when you make your explicit formula, when the x is 1, your y has to be 5. When your x is 2, your y has to be 8. When x is 3, your y has to be 11. Okay? So let's see. So because this is an adding number, right? You add a number to get to the next number. So we know it's a linear equations. Okay, so just start with a generic formula of y equal to mx plus b. In this case, I know when x is 1, my y has to be 5. So I plug in the x is 1 here, and I plug in y is 5 here. So okay, now I got one equations. And then when x is 2, my y is 8. So I plug in my x is 2 into this y equal to mx plus b. I plug in the x is 2, y is 8. And then I try to figure out what is m and what's b. Okay, so I got one equations and two equations. So I got 1m and 2m here. So I use system linear equations. I subtract the second equation with the first equations. So When you subtract equation, you subtract the number with the number, the m with the m, and the b with the b. So 8 subtract 5, I get 3. 2m subtract 1m, I get 1m. And b subtract b, I get no b, 0. So with just a simple subtraction, I know my m is 3. Okay. Now I plug in my m into my equations. So I got to the first equation. So I know my m is 3. So now phi is equal to 3 times 1 plus b. Okay. So phi is equal to 3 times 1 plus b. And you subtract 3 both sides, you get b is 2. Okay, so this is some algebra, manipulation of equation here in this solving for recursive equations. Then you found y equal to 3x plus 2. Okay, substitute the m and substitute the b. Now, anybody have a better way to do these questions? Tell me what you think. If you have a multiple choice A, B, C, D, you got 4 of these equations. What do you think you can do without going through all this? What other way we can do it? Now, so do you guys do you guys understand what I explained so far? Hello, are you guys there? Okay. Any questions so far how I end up with explicit form of recursive equations? Yes. So Trinity has an idea. Okay. B equal to 2. So Adriana, now so you understand where I get m equal to 3, right? Okay, so now since m equal to 3, I plug in the m equal to 3 back into first equation here. Okay? So meaning I get phi equal to 3 times 1, so I get 3 plus b, right? So 3 plus what number give you 5? 3 plus what number give you 5? 2. Yeah, that's where I get the 2 from. Yeah? Now, Trinity. So in the test, you might be panicked. You cannot go through all this system of equations and all that. But you know plugging in number, right? So you will get, all this first term here. When you first you have to understand what is recursive equations. It just means that when x is 1, y is 5, and then when x is 2, y is 8. So you get a list of equations. You plug in your x into your equations, and then you calculate your number. Make sure you get the matching number for the y. And then you plug in x is 2, and then get the matching number for y. Check at least 2 pairs or 3 pairs of numbers to make sure they match, and then that will be your answer. Okay? That is just test taking technique. And I just posted a link in the chat box. That is a link of explicit formula review that I recorded previously. If you need more help on this section, you can watch that link. You can save that link for your own use later. Alright, any questions? We're going to move on to the next question so that we have chance to cover all of them. Recursive exponential model. A population of ladybugs started at 10 ladybugs and is growing at the daily rate of 3%. Write a recursive equations to model the population of ladybugs on a given day n. Okay, what is the starting number? What is the starting number? That will be your A sub 0. Okay, and because we know the ladybugs are growing, so the rate, since it's growing, the rate will be more than 1. Okay, so the R is equal to greater than 1. At every additional day, there are 3% more. So we will add 0.03 to the 1. That will be our rate. Okay, our growth rate. Like this. 1 plus 0.03, it will be your R. And our generic formula is this. For recursive equations, always rely on the previous number. So the A sub n, meaning the current day's ladybugs, is equal to A sub n minus 1, means a previous day ladybug multiplied by R. Okay? So to get to today's number of ladybugs, I use yesterday ladybugs multiplied by the R, which is the growth rate. And where A sub 0 is the initial number of ladybugs. Okay, the beginning number of ladybugs, that's A sub 0. So can somebody tell me on the chat box, what is my A sub 0? Thank you. And what is my R? Thank you. So, what else do I need? That's it. Can you guys? So, with those being said, my R is 1.03, my A sub 0 is 10, my recursive equation is complete. That's it. So for all recursive equations of exponential growth, you always have this formula. Okay, just the previous question we look